Hello and welcome to our fourth and final coaching session. I'm Becca Forshaw. I'm a life coach to women who want to create and build a life they love. I help them to realise that they have the power to achieve anything they want. So this is the Psychology's Life Leap Love Yourself First coaching programme, and it's week 4. This programme is all about how to create a more loving relationship with yourself so that then you can start to cultivate self-compassion. Because once we know how to love ourselves, then we can create a healthier relationship with our loved ones or our future loved ones. So this is week 4 and it links to workbook 4. Are you ready? It's called Connecting with Others. Have you got your pen and pad ready? Because this week we build on everything we've worked on. So looking within, having a clear vision, the power of a daily routine, and now we learn how to become more mindful on how we connect with others from a place of self-compassion. So number 1, a good starting point, would be to ask yourself, what would your partner or your best friend say about you? Being more aware of how we act with those close to us can be quite thought-provoking. So think about what you would want your future self to look, feel and behave like, and think about whether that's actually how you have been acting. So for example, in the past there was a time when I was really busy, I was juggling lots of things, and so I did this exercise. What I did was I wrote down how my future self should behave with Chris, my partner. Fun, loving, positive and patient. But then I asked myself how I'd actually been acting. Stressed, grumpy and negative. Whoa, there's a difference, isn't there? So you can see why suddenly that would catapult you into reality, and doing that exercise makes you want to change. As soon as I realised how I'd been acting and changed that behaviour, I noticed he was acting much more positively towards me. And number 2, how do you react when someone makes you feel angry? I know when I feel angry reacting back to them, I change my whole physiology. I feel tense, hot, uptight, and it's really not helpful to a situation. So I try, and obviously this is work in progress, to consider how I choose to respond to those situations and whether or not I'm coming from my parent, my adult, or my child ego state. Because being aware of our reactions can then help us get them under control. Do you want to respond with anger? If the answer is no, then next time you feel like that, don't necessarily try and stop it, but notice how it made you feel and whether or not it was worth getting angry for. Could you put yourself in the other person's perspective? Learning why you're acting like that and how you can improve your response going forward can reduce tension and it can reduce further arguments. Okay, number 3, do you listen well enough? I used to think I listened, but then I trained to be a coach and I realised that actually I wasn't properly listening at all. I think I listened on a surface level and I was constantly thinking about the next thing that I was going to ask or say. So try really hearing what someone's saying to you and consider what your body language is like. Are you looking at their eyes, for example, when they're talking? Are you the one who's talking more? And if so, why? Just being conscious about how we listen can help us to connect with friends, colleagues, partners on so much of a deeper level. I can't tell you how much you'll get more from listening deeply to people, because this is going to help them in a relationship to feel like they're your priority right there in that moment. Number 4, how often do you make a negative comment and is it helpful? I've been guilty of this one too. I got into a habit, I know we've talked about patterns and breaking patterns, where I knew as soon as I said it that I shouldn't have. Why do I do it? It was as though I was trying to sabotage my relationship. Thankfully, I broke this pattern. So ask yourself, are you guilty of the odd negative comment? Next time you do it, ask yourself, was that actually helpful? Why did I say it? And could I have maybe not said anything if I didn't actually have anything positive to say? Number 5, another question I want you to ask yourself is, do you believe that you are worthy of love? This one probably warrants a whole video in itself. It's about understanding who we are and if we feel like we're worthy of love. I know in my 20s, right up to when I met Chris at 32, I don't think I'd realised until I look back that I felt honoured if somebody I liked had chosen to go out with me. It wasn't until I was single for a year and I spent that time focusing on me and getting myself into a routine, eating better, exercising more, and having time to myself, that then I was like, okay, I'm happy in myself now. I'm ready that the next guy I meet will be right for me and I won't feel honoured, and he'll like who I am because I like who I am. So I urge you to think about yourself, your past and your emotions, because you have to be honest and face up to who you are, and then you have to own who you are. Number 6, when was the last time you spent quality time together? Because the spending time together and then the spending quality time together. So think about how much you do this, or if you're single, what an ideal relationship would actually look like. Relationships take working at, and it's vital that you spend quality time having fun, going for a walk, sitting around a table with some nice food, just engaging and chatting. Because life is so busy, but you've got to find time to do this, and I don't think you will regret it if you do. And finally, when was the last time that you smiled and made eye contact with a stranger? This might sound very strange and a silly question, but really, when did you actually do this last? And if you do it on a regular basis, then I'd say fab, because I love saying hi to people in shops. I like asking them how their day's going, and sometimes, yeah, they do look at me like I'm a bit strange, but I don't care because it lifts my mood being nice and making the world a happier place. Most of the time, hopefully, you'll get a response that's positive. It's just, I don't know, it's good for the soul. Interacting with people can bring some really good feelings. So, the exercise for week 4 and the final exercise of the programme is as follows. Try and spend the next week without saying any negative comments. This isn't easy, and I'll be honest, I'm work in progress. So to encourage you to become aware of the negative comments that we may say about others or ourselves, I want you to mark it with a red dot on your calendar and then notice how it made you feel. Hopefully, this should help you to see how this type of behaviour is not that helpful, and hopefully allow you to perhaps consider how we might choose to change that negative behaviour or those negative comments into something much more positive. So that concludes our Love Yourself First coaching programme. Thank you for staying with it, and thank you for joining in with the exercises. I would love to know what you have taken away from the last 4 weeks, so please do let me know. If you'd like to find out more about me, then you can find me at beccaforshaw.co.uk for more discussions, info and help. I would love to hear from you. Any questions, give me a shout, and thank you.